Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my messy closet. So last week we should have gotten everything that didn't belong in the closet cleared out, anything that belonged in the closet brought in, and gotten the basis of the organization together. This week we're doing the purge. I know that sounds really scary. It's not, but it is very in-depth, so let's get right into it. So this week we are focused on what I refer to as the purge, and this is the most involved process. This one's going to take you the longest time. You're going to need all of this week to get this done, but please don't be intimidated by it. This phase is very important because it is going to start driving where your closet, where your wardrobe is going moving forward. So the basic point of the purge is basically we are getting rid of, and we are no longer going to walk into our closets or open them up and say, I have nothing to wear. We are addressing that. So think of this as basically, if it's something that you wouldn't wear this week within the next month, it doesn't have a spot in your closet. That doesn't mean you have to get rid of it per se, but it does not have a spot in your closet right now. So that is what this process is going to be going through. There are going to be some things that you're forever going to get rid of. You're never going to see them again. They don't belong in your life. They don't belong in your home right now. And then there's other things that you are going to set aside and you're going to store for when they are appropriate, when you would wear them, and then you'll bring them back in and you'll swap things out as necessary. So what is the criteria? What do I mean when I say, does it deserve a spot in your closet? First off, first and foremost, does it fit? Does it not only fit, like, can you get it on your body? Does it fit in a manner that you feel good in? Do you feel good in it in general? Is it in good condition? Is it free of stains? Do all the buttons, button like they should without having those button gaps? Do all the zippers zip properly? Are there, it's free from holes? It's basically ready to go. You can pull it off the hanger and wear it and run out the door. There's no issues. That is what belongs in your closet. If it's not meeting that criteria, it doesn't belong. So what you're going to do, first thing, you're going to have a first pass, and what you're just going to do is you're going to go through and look through everything without trying it on. Just look through it on the hanger, and you can kind of see what are things you know for a fact no longer belong in your closet. Do that step first, because when we get to going to the next step, we are going to be trying everything on, and that is very time consuming. So if there's something on the front end, I know for a fact this is not going to fit. I know for a fact I don't like this anymore. I don't need this anymore. Then go ahead and set it aside that it is going to be a purged item, because you will save yourself a little time. If you know something's not going to work for you, if you don't want it anymore, why even bother trying it on? So let's do that process first, and then you can see what you're left with. So that was just me looking through my dresses, and I don't know if you guys were able to keep count, but I pulled out 11 dresses just going through that initial first pass where I said, yeah, I know for a fact I no longer want these dresses in my life. So I have set those aside, and now I'm ready to consider the rest of this. Even with doing that time speed video, if I showed you me doing that everything in my closet, then it would be like 3 minutes of just me going looking at stuff. So but don't worry, I have done that with the rest of my closet as well. So what you're going to do this week is every day this week, pick one category of clothing. Unless you don't have a lot of clothing and you can do more than one category in a day, but don't overwhelm yourself. I recommend start with whatever is your smallest category first. So for instance, for me, I have the least of skirts. I have tons of dresses, as you can see behind me. I have over 120. I had 130. Now I have over 120 because I just got rid of my initial batch. But I have maybe about 25 skirts. So for me, that's going to be the easiest to go through. And that'll also get you a hang of the process as well. And yes, it's very important. You need to try every item on. How do you know if it fits? How do you know how you feel in it? How do you know how it looks if you haven't worn it in a while? And I'm going to guess you have things in your closet that you haven't worn in a while. So let's get everything on. With that, make sure you're wearing your good foundation garments. you need to wear a bra that fits properly. If you have, tops or dresses that need a strapless bra, then get your strapless bra out. If you typically wear Spanx with your pants or your dresses or your skirts or whatever, then put on a pair of Spanx. Get your undergarments on like you would going out, because it's not fair to look at a skirt and say, oh, it's a little tight on my tummy, but I think it'll look fine if I wear a pair of Spanx. No, don't think. Put on the pair of Spanx and then decide if it still looks good. And you don't have to. If you are not a Spanx person, if you don't like that type of stuff, that's fine too. I'm just saying, if you are the type of person that you would wear that, then you need to wear it when you're doing this process, because that's the only way to fairly evaluate your clothing. Another thing is, when you're evaluating separates, make sure you're wearing a neutral other piece. So for example, for my skirts, I'm going to go put on a black t-shirt for all my skirts, because a black t-shirt would go with most of them. Even that's not how I would style it. That's going to give me a good basis where I'm not really looking at the outfit as a whole. I'm not wearing a top like this color here. This would compete with a lot of the skirts that I have. So get something neutral. Same thing when you look at your tops, put on a pair of jeans, put on a pair of black pants, something very neutral that would go with most of them. So when you're really looking at the fit and, deciding if you like it or not and you want to keep it, then, you're really focused on that garment that you're looking on, not the outfit as a whole, if that makes sense. Okay, so I have my black top on, I have my first skirt on, so I'm ready to start thinking about what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to purge. So when I did this for the very first time back in 2016, 2017, I actually took a picture of my outfit every day and I posted it on Facebook, and I talked, I said, okay, this is the item I'm considering. Should I keep it? Should I purge it? And I found that to be really helpful. So if you find yourself to be a very indecisive person and you're not sure, you might want to consider crowdsourcing this. You could also consider doing this process with a trusted friend, and you help her, she helps you, everyone's happy. If not, that's okay. Hi, I'm your friend, I'll help you out, and so I'm going to walk you through the process. So you get your first item on. Again, you may not be starting with skirts. You're going to start with whatever you have the least of. For me, that just happened to be skirt. So you got your first item on, and your first thing, you want to take a full length, look at it. You obviously wouldn't want to look at it just from the waist up. You really want to see, how does this look on my body? Do I feel good in it? That's the first question you want to ask yourself. Do I feel good? Do I like this? Now for this skirt, my answer is yes, I do. I like it very much. Does it fit? Everyone is going to have their own definition of what fits. I've seen some people who like things to be much more fitted on their bodies. I don't like that. I don't want things hugging my tummy. So just because I could get something on my body and I could zip it up, if it's like gonna really be clinging onto my tummy, then I would not consider that to be a fit, and I would put that in my purge pile. Some people like that more bodycon style. So that's completely personally up to you. Obviously, like if you can't zip it, if you can't button it, I'm sorry, not a fit. But if you can get it on and you are happy with the way it fits, it fits. Next, you want to move around a little bit. So, for me, like obviously I don't spend my days just swishing around the skirts, but walk. How do I feel? Sit down. Do I feel good in it? If when I sit down, am I all of a sudden gonna be like, ooh, now it's tight, I can't breathe. Can you move in it realistically as you would? So if it's a jacket, for example, you're gonna wanna go like this. You're gonna wanna see, can I move my arms in it? Next, you wanna think about, is it in good shape? So for example, this skirt here has an elastic waistband. I'm gonna wanna look at the elastic waist. Is it, falling weak in any area? Do I feel like it's still got good stretch? I stretch it, comes right back in. It's still holding together really well. Let's look at the hem. Any loose threads? Are there any holes? Are there any stains? Everything looks good. This is a pleated skirt. Are the pleats right? Anything about it. If it's a button-up shirt, is it buttoning properly? If it has a zipper in the back, does it zip properly? Is there anything wrong with it that would prevent you from wearing it? Okay. So speaking of wearing it, do you have anywhere to wear it? Now, I work from home. I don't need to wear a skirt like this at home, but it's very comfortable. I could very easily wear this at home if I felt like looking pretty for myself. I think getting dressed should be about making yourself happy most of all, but it's also about how you present yourself to the world. So you have to think it and say, is this outfit, is this how, or this piece, is this how I want to present myself to the world? Is this something I feel good and comfortable leaving the house in? Am I going to look silly going somewhere in it when One could argue that you can go to a lot of places these days and you can be dressed really casually. So I can make a case for, I really, truth be told, don't need any clothing in my life beyond black leggings and sweatshirts because I can wear those most places. But I personally, I like dressing up. I like wearing, a skirt and a cute outfit and some heels and whatnot. If I'm going out to dinner with my husband, if I'm meeting up with friends, if I'm going to church, I would consider wearing this just around my house because it's perfectly comfortable. So I have, in my opinion, this fits my lifestyle. I have somewhere to wear this skirt. Finally, just say to yourself, would I wear this tomorrow? Would I wear this week? This month, if you really want to be generous? If I look at this skirt and I'm like, no, I don't think I would wear this in the next month, then why would I hang on to this? What do I think is going to happen next month that would change and would make me wear this skirt? The reality is, if you're not going to wear it, get rid of it. Don't keep it in your life. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to accomplish here is we are trying to get rid of all of that, just going through the closet and be like, no, 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 no. You should be able to walk into your closet. This is what I do now. I walk in. It doesn't matter if I'm working from home. It doesn't matter if I'm going out to dinner. Most of the things in my closet, I can grab, put it on. I know it fits. I know it's going to be appropriate. Might be on the casual end, might be on the dressy end, depends upon my mood for that day. But there's nothing where I'm like, oh no, I can't wear this. And that's really where you want to be in your closet. It's all about building a wardrobe that fits your lifestyle. So if you answered yes to all these questions, congratulations. You are going to keep this item. It goes back on the hanger and it goes back into the closet. So I hope that video of my purge process has helped you feel a little bit more comfortable with the process. Also, I did that because I wanted to show you how important it is to try things on. I completely understand the temptation to not try things on and just quickly eyeball them and go through the process. But as you can see, there were plenty of things that I tried on where I was like, oh, shoot, this doesn't fit. So this isn't going to work for me anymore. And then there were things that once I got them on, I was like, oh, I don't think I like this as much as I thought I was going to. So that decision really came from being able to try things on. So with your trying on and looking, I would highly suggest having a full-length mirror. If you don't have a full-length mirror, you can get one at Walmart or Target. Those are going to be your most affordable places to get them. But if you're just not going to go and get a full-length mirror, then what I would recommend is try using your phone. That's what I'm recording on right now. Using your phone and a tripod. And what you can do is you can use the remote and you can take, you can either get yourself a Bluetooth remote, or you can use the timer. So you just set the timer. That's actually how I film these videos, is I set the timer and then I back up and I come and I do my video. So you can utilize that. So you should already have the materials. You're probably watching this on your phone right now. So you can do that way. So you can get a full length look at yourself and how the outfits look. If you want to take pictures of yourself, you could ask your spouse or a friend to take pictures of you. Again, if there's a few pieces you're just really torn on, feel free to share it. Share it with me, share it on the internet with your friends, share it, maybe just text it to a friend or a close family member. This is up to you. This is your process, but it is important. You've got to get these things on your body. One final note I want to kind of give you a little bit of guidance on when purging, because this is something I went through, so I totally understand the temptation. Look, you're going to have things and you're going to be like, the tags are still on it. I never even wore it. You're going to have things where you're going to be like, oh, this, this is designer. This is that. I spent a lot of money on this. I'm sorry. Just because you already spent money on it doesn't change the fact that if it's not something you would wear now, if it doesn't fit your lifestyle, if it doesn't fit, if it became no, and if it really should belong in the purge pile, avoid the temptation to try to make it a yes, because then all you're going to do is you're going to just keep flipping past it when you're getting dressed in the morning. And that's the whole goal of this, is that you're getting rid of those things, and it's only what is truly wearable is going in your closet. I totally understand the urge to do that. Look, in this My Purge process, I just got rid of a pair of Jimmy Choo shoes. they were pricey, you know, so it's like, oh, they're Jimmy Choo, and they were probably the nicest shoes I owned, if I'm being honest. And so it was very tempting to be like, oh, these are Jimmy Choo's, like they're designer, they're fabulous, you know, they're good quality, I need to keep them. The reality is every time I wore them, they pinched my toes and they were uncomfortable. And so then in turn, I very rarely wore them. So I wound up donating them because I think they're just going to be better served on someone else's foot than my foot. So that's just something to keep in mind with that. Don't feel like you absolutely have to hang on to things because you've already spent the money on it. Like it's obviously already here. You can't undo that. So don't let that guide your decision. Really focus on answering the questions and then get your yes, get your no, and move on from there. So once you have all your yes items, go ahead and bring them back into the closet. That's where I talked about last time. Maybe already have an idea of the organization of how you want things done. If you find that now that you know what actually is going to be in your closet right now, you need to reorganize things, by all means, do that. I'm not going to give particular guidance on that just too much, just because this is at the end of the day your process. So you can see here, all my dresses are behind me. That is how I like to organize things. I like to organize things by clothing item type, and then from there I will do dresses, but I've got all like midi and knee length dresses together, and then all my maxi dresses at the end, just so they're all clustered together instead of having maxi dresses spread throughout. I've got all my skirts together. For tops, I do kind of like just casual blouses, and then I do anything with button down section together and but then I do everything by color from that. Once you're getting everything in, we talked about before, you might not have enough hangers. You might have had some stuff that was chilling in laundry baskets, waiting for the review process. Get hangers. If you have enough, great. If you're looking to get new hangers, I just want to share real quick. This is my favorite hanger. This is like a velvet non-slip hanger. They're really slim, so I like that because I have a lot of clothes. So it helps you fit a lot of clothes in your closet. It also helps as you're kind of shuffling through your clothes because they're non-slip. It helps your items stay on your hanger, which I think is very important. So if you're looking for new hangers, I will link these below. Check them out. They are definitely my favorite hanger. I'm constantly having to go and get more because, of course, I love clothes, so I'm constantly getting more clothes. But now I do have a bunch of empty hangers now that I've gone through my purge process. So all your yes items, put them back in the closet, get them back put away. All your no items, just keep building your purge pile. Basically dedicate a place in your house that for 1 week, because again, we're taking 1 week to do this purge process, this is going to be my purge pile. So for me, in our living room, we have 2 couches. So I told my husband, hey, one of the couches you're going to see clustered. It's going to have a lot of clothes on it as the week goes by. Don't touch them. I'm doing something with them. But then at the end of the week, I will pick them all up and they will no longer be in the way. So just bear with me for a week. It's really not the end of the world to have stuff out and about for a week, but maybe don't do this the week when you know you're going to have company over and whatnot. And if you need to, you know, like for instance, we have a guest room. Our guest room's upstairs. I just didn't want to keep hauling stuff upstairs every day. So as I was doing the purge process, I just kind of had everything on the couch and then I started going through it, which is obviously what we will talk about in the next episode. So right now, just focus on the yes, the no. Remember, just because it's a no, just because it doesn't belong in your closet right now, doesn't mean you have to get rid of it forever. In the next episode, we will talk about how to review your purge pile and determine what is still going to stay in your home, but maybe it's just going to be worn at a later point in time versus what is time to just let go of completely. So we will discuss that further. Right now, just focus on everything you have, evaluating, does it belong in your closet right now? Did it earn that space, or does it go into the purge pile? I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this useful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already so you can keep along with the process, and we will see you for the next episode. Thank you so much.